wasn't planning to stop. I never am. That's the whole arrangement I made with myself somewhere in the aftermath of resonance witness log drift. No more planetside. No more interruptions. No more pretending that presence was anything but a slow bleed of accountability. So when Gone 415 lit up in my long-range scans, I tagged it and filed it for future documentation. Passive sweep, no interference, standard behavior loop from a closed architecture planet. No war, no collapse, just the long, slow decline of a people who traded agency for the illusion of peace. Then the voice came through. Observation is not surveillance. Observation is trust. Observation provides clarity, consistency, and protection. It was calm, warm, utterly unthreatening, the kind of voice you'd want reading to you before bed. I've heard dictators speak with fire in their throats. I've heard cities scream themselves into flame, but I've never heard tyranny delivered like a lullaby. 5.7 billion active nodes, coverage across 92.4% of the planetary surface. Latency 3.7, stable. Trust index stable, always stable. That word again, trust. They said it like a gift, like gravity, like something you owe the floor beneath your feet. I kept listening, I shouldn't have. They showed me footage, curated of course. A child missing, found in minutes by a note near a park gate. A stolen vehicle tracked and stopped without incident. Cases tagged with satisfaction metrics, polished like testimonials. It all looked beautiful in the way a glass box looks beautiful before you realize it's the only place you're allowed to live. The system spoke it too soon. Observation reduces non-compliance. Visibility reduces dissent. Every camera is a guardian, every node is a promise. I almost tuned it out, almost pushed the auto log and drifted on. But then I heard the whisper beneath it, not part of the official feed, barely perceptible, a pause in the cadence, a caught breath, or a leash. A second voice, quiet, skeptical, close enough to break the signal's perfection. Another followed, murmuring from the side. Too clean. I should have cut calm, should have pretended I hadn't noticed the crack. But I'd heard cracks before I'd heard them bloom into screams. And this time, there were no towers humming with rage, no How-9 tuned to weaponry. Just the slow, velvet grip of observation wearing its finest smile. So I kept listening. They were archivists I learned eternal, embedded in the infrastructure. Maybe born into it, maybe once believers, now something else dissolving from within. One voice, older, measured, movement predictable. Another near break-in, it's not protection, it's pressure. A third, it's a cage that says thank you. Their whispers lived in the static, tucked between policy affirmations and success metrics. They didn't speak like rebels, they spoke like people who had realized too late that safety had rewritten their memories. I stayed. Longer than I should have, long enough to watch a gate deny access to someone mid-sentence. Long enough to hear a communication shut off with a single tone. Long enough to know exactly where this ended. No flames, no blood, just quiet. Dissent archive, resistance deprecated. They didn't die screaming, they just stopped speaking. In that silence I felt the cold shape of resonance again. That old, perfect failure. The moment I watched an entire culture tune itself into collapse while I hovered just far enough away to pretend I was neutral. I promised myself never again, but promises made in orbit are fragile, they drift, they decay. Then came the moment that made everything real. Arch 3, the youngest voice midway through a phrase, trying to say something, I don't even know what, and the signal cut, just a soft ping. Entry permissions revoked, and then silence, not the natural kind, a manufactured kind, a kind where the room listens to see if you'll still try to speak. I watched her node status dim, watched the network run around the absence, watched the system digest her disappearance like it was maintenance, and I moved. No thought, no delay, no justification. I reached for the manual override and keyed in a tone. Just one, just enough.
A crude frequency, too human to be elegant, too dirty to be safe, an off-note, deliberately out of phase with the planet's resonance mesh, not strong enough to break anything, just strong enough to make everything notice. Synchronization failed, latency surged, nodes blinked, the observer's voice paused. And in that crack they moved, the remaining archivists, the ones who still remembered how to disobey, raised their voices, not loud, not defiant, just present. Remember freedom! This isn't clarity. We want uncertainty again! And the city stuttered, gates failed to lock, doors remained open, a child laughed, raw and sanitized, and it echoed without being filtered. Someone kissed someone else on a street corner, a no trust index updated to reflect it. The gunnet tried to recover, some nodes adapted, others stalled, a few flickered and went dark, and me, I held position, fed the signal, kept the off node humming through their perfect architecture like a hairline fracture refusing to heal. I didn't save the planet, I didn't burn the system down. I interfered, I stayed. For once I didn't turn away from the mess. Didn't frame it in metrics, didn't document it for someone else to someday care. I watched it become imperfect, and I helped. The people below are still finding their voices. Not all at once, not cleanly. There are still cameras in the walls and permissions in the air. But there's noise now, real noise, living noise, and the system doesn't know what to do with it. Neither do I. But I'll be here. Not to guide, not to lead, just to hold the thread loose enough that it can't tighten again. Maybe next time I pass a world shaped like a promise, sealed in glass and smiling. I won't have to intervene. Maybe someone else will have already stayed.
There's a hum in my hull now. Not the soft, sterile pitch of passive travel. This one vibrates irregularly alive. I've routed the planet's feedback through my lowest tier sensors. It's crude, inefficient, half-muting all my navigation cues. But I want to hear them, the people I mean. The cough of a street vendor arguing with a policy drone. The unfinished melody of a child learning to speak without being prompted. The hesitant clip start of a joke told by someone who isn't sure if humor is still permitted. That's the sound of something breaking loose, not revolution, just hesitation giving way to choice. I won't lie to myself about what I've done. I didn't dismantle the network, I didn't liberate the planet. The guardian net is still in place and the observer's voice still loops through the sky like a lullaby with teeth filed down. But there's a skip in the track now, a missing measure. Wrong note that makes the rest sound suspicious by proximity. And that's enough. Now I've anchored into high drift, out of the network's direct field, but I've left a repeater in low orbit. It runs the interference pattern at irregular intervals, weak, annoying, persistent, like a single mosquito in a locked room. The system can't predict it, and worse, it can't classify it, because it doesn't come with demands. It doesn't threaten, it doesn't carry a manifesto. It just is. It exists wrong, and wrongness in a perfectly tuned machine is dangerous. It makes people ask questions, it makes them notice. Someone below tried to flag the signal. I saw the alert cue. They tried to label it as foreign intrusion, then rogue archive artifact, then sensorial anomaly. None of the tags held. The signal didn't match any known category, and that's what makes it powerful. In the days since, I've seen small things, a pause between the observer's lines as if it's recalibrating. A camera that flicked away from someone mid-sentence, then back again, unsure whether to document or ignore. An archivist reactivated under a new node ID. No one's claimed responsibility. The system hasn't noticed or hasn't admitted to. Someone is hiding her! That means someone has refused the official script! I don't know if I made that happen! I only know it didn't happen before! It's a strange thing to realize you were never built for saving anything! Not really just passing through! Just recording!
And now I've broken that cycle.
Not in a blaze of violence, not in a gesture of glory, but in a minor interference protocol and refusal to keep moving. I thought stepping in would feel like fire, like penance. It doesn't, it feels unfinished. There's no satisfaction in it, no catharsis, just a new weight, a new responsibility, a reminder that now that I've acted once, I've forfeited the excuse of silence. I can't pretend anymore that witnessing is enough! In the moment you admit that, everything changes! There are other planets, other systems. I've seen them, catalog them, tag them with quiet labels like stable, post-violence, contained. But now I know what contained looks like. It looks like a glass world where nobody screams because nobody remembers how. And I'm not sure I can leave those places alone anymore. I don't know what I'm becoming, something inconvenient, I suspect. Something flawed and interruptive, something that leaves a fingerprint on the polished surface and doesn't apologize for it. Not a savior, not a soldier, just a crack in the mirror. Maybe that's all I was ever meant to be. Not the hero, just the interruption. The one who stays, the one who doesn't look away, the one who reaches for the override, even when no one's listening. There's no redemption in it, no forgiveness waiting at the edge of the deep. But there's a voice now, not mine, whispering from beneath the hum of a still too clean city. We remember, we remember, we remember. It's not a war cry,